Welcome. As I sit in my squeaky desk chair and cup of tea in hand, I want to talk about something sweet and blessing. You see, today I walked past a lovely woman who I overheard saying the word paradox. And as I kept walking, I overheard her say it again, and it heightened my sensitivity. Now, a lot of the times we hear about paradoxes like you have to spend money to make money. Now, gladly me going to the shops is with optimism for whether it be money or meeting someone or whoever it might be. But the first thing that came into my head was the TV series and movie 12 Monkeys. But instead of it being that, for some reason I had the number 13. 13 monkeys, repeated over and over again in my mind. So I rolled with it. I didn't know it was 12 until I got back home and researched it. But that's the thing. We can often misinterpret things, but does it have the meaning? Does it have the right value, or were we meant to think of a different number? Could it mean that the homeless man that is there that I talk to and help is somehow a Judas, which is the 13th disciple, because that's where I overheard it? So could have double meanings. That could also mean because that 13 is a sign of new beginnings and creativity, embracing positive change to manifest our dreams and potential. The sign of transformation and rebirth, bringing stability into our life. Of course, it could also be that. And it could also be the sign, as mentioned, that is linked to Nimrod and betrayal by Judas. So it can be many different meanings, and in essence it can mean duality. But a lot of the times when we overhear stuff like this or have meaningful thoughts or conversations, it's generally referring to what was said or heard or place of location at that time. So it is what it is. I made decisions to do something which could lead to the rebirth of where I'm going. So it means both. It means all. It means not having to try and find one answer. It is everything in what we make it. And no matter the outcome, we use all of it. Maybe it was a 3-course meaning for me to understand all of it so that you don't have to worry anymore. You don't have to spend money because it's here. You don't have to worry about deception because it's finished. For me, that it is. You see, lately I've been focusing more about heart-led decisions and removing myself from temptations and past sort of hindrances, you might say. The letting go of the toxic habits and the baggage. Because we don't want to bring those things into a new environment, a new relationship, a loving, caring platform. We want to bring the best of ourselves. I've been looking at a lot of that in terms of the sacral fluid, the Jesus scriptures in terms of what it means for the mind and the body and the chakras, of course. One of the interesting things that occurred just now, actually, was I noticed something on the door. A little small snail that eats all the leaves, unfortunately, but it was on the door because it's raining here. And I went over to have a look at it. But then as I looked down on the tiles at the door was a slug. Harmless creature. But found its way inside. I don't know how, it just did. And it was facing trying to get out. But you see, the door was closed. So I opened the door. And I allowed that slug time to crawl over and make its way outside. I didn't kill it. Why would you? I just allowed it to make its way through and then find its way back outside, and then I closed the door again. Stuff like this happens a lot. But what is its meaning? What does something as symbolic as a slug mean when it's leaving your home? Well, it means release. It signifies purification and the shedding of negativity. As the creature departs, it represents the successful letting go of emotional baggage, toxic habits, and stress that no longer serves you. It is an emotional cleansing. It marks the end of a period of introspection, indicating that you have processed and released heavy emotions or negative thoughts. It's freedom and lightness by shedding burdens that no longer serve you. A completion phase. The exit signals that cycle of transformation and personal growth has concluded, and you are ready to embrace a lighter, more mindful approach to life. A restored balance. And that got me thinking, because I had to open the door for it to leave. Otherwise, it would have remained trapped no matter how hard it tried. Or it would have had to have found a new way out the way it came in. Which leads me to the next video or audio that I will produce, which has relevance to that coming in the same way, has relevance to freedom from fixations. But for this one, I like to believe that when we look inward, we open the door for release. The last of my sort of phases I had to get rid of was the association of lust and control that it has. By being free from it and not giving it any energy, you can remove it. Strength to not adhere to it, no matter the energy or the emotion that's attached to it. Can be exes or past loved ones. Can be temptation and lust and sexuality. So you let it go. You open the door, and a beautiful little slug giving me the most meaningful of endings. And it's gone. So something as simple as overhearing a statement can have such a profound meaning when we really look into it. Fascinating, I say. So until the next one, I leave you with peace and love. Take care.